Welcome to Bitstorm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Ben Slinger, and with me, as always, is Trevor Scott.
Yes, I am. Drinking from my lovely Joy-Con controller, where you can hear how many pieces of ice I've got.
You can hear it. You can feel it too.
I can feel it too.
Yeah,
it's a good 12
good old HD rumble.
It's been rather warm here today in Melbourne, so yeah, I needed a bit of an icy drink.
Yeah, warmish. Good old late Jan. 30-degree-ish weather. Did it get up to 30 today? I don't know. Whatever. It was warm.
Late Jan. It's late December.
Late December. That's what I mean. Shut up.
What are we going to do today?
We're in the unknown zone between Christmas and New Year. I'm allowed to not know when it is. I think we're going to do some ramped up click pitch, I believe.
Yeah.
Is what we have for the old things set
to start off with.
So this is a game where we each have a random phrase generator in front of us, and on the count of 3, 2, 1, click, we are going to get an adjective and a noun, and we're going to throw them up in the air, jam them together, use those as a riffing point to come up with some sort of video game idea. So
riff on it for a little bit and then fuck it off.
Yeah, it'll go away and we'll do it again.
Yeah.
So let's go. 3, 2, 1, click. Anxious revolutionary.
Diet infinity.
Diet infinity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not regular infinity. It's lower.
No,
it's lower calorie. Lower calorie infinity.
Lower calorie infinity. I mean, that sounds very much like a soft drink brand or something, or unless you literally want to try to figure out what the concept of infinity in diet form.
Well, as we know, anything infinity is still an infinite set. Like it keeps on going.
Right.
So infinities can't fit inside other infinities.
No. It's
like they're the same size. They're equal. But still,
yes.
Diet has less calories.
Okay. So it's sort of, you lose weight while traveling through time or something? Is that what we're doing here? Maybe this is a product where someone has figured out how to access. I mean, yeah, a revolutionary product where someone has learned to access infinity.
Yeah,
and
to
send
help people lose
fat
weight
back through time.
Yeah.
Just the bits they don't want.
Just the bits they don't want.
Yeah.
But you're a scientist, and that's made you something that you found has made you anxious.
Yes. And I think what
this.
it is something along the lines of, I mean, that fat's going somewhere. It's going to some time frame, and then it's traveling forward at its usual rate, but it keeps causing ripples. It keeps causing
fat ripples.
Keeps causing cellulite through the time-space continuum. The time-space continuum is getting these little ripples, and they're finding them not very attractive. But
I mean, they're fat ripples,
infinity.
but they're not fat. Like, if you know what I mean, like the ripples are,
like they are made of fat that is being sent back, but
they're thin. They're thin ripples
They're thin ripples on the surface. Yeah,
on the surface.
And look, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes,
it's a normal part of everyone's body. But the time-space continuum is causing a little bit of an issue. Maybe some self-esteem with infinity.
Infinity is now a conscious being, and it's anxious because it's now put on a little bit of weight around the midsection.
And the midsection being approximately 2000 BC, which is where we keep sending it back to. Okay, so you play the scientist, and you're trying to bring this to the attention of the authorities of the company.
Yeah.
It's always, of course, some fucking tech company not thinking about the repercussions on the environment around them.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether this is a game where you could almost, instead of going down the normal tropes of they don't want to help you at all, what if, just for once, we see what happens if they say yes and then
Right.
try to fix some of this.
Okay, so they actually take it seriously. The company takes it seriously. And now you're working with the company to try to rectify this.
Yes.
And we need to give liposuction to infinity.
Yeah. So this is just the intro. I feel weird having to say this, but we're not trying to body shame time and space. Not at all. Not at all. We're not trying to body shame anyone. However, if Infinity does want to lose a little bit around 2000 BC, we're sending back in time a crack team of liposuction experts.
Plastic surgeons. Is that who would usually do that? Like cosmetic surgeons?
Cosmetic surgeons.
Yeah. So it's a bit like Armageddon.
So it's a bit like Armageddon, where it was too hard to teach the astronauts how to actually do it.
The chrononauts to do cosmetology. So we're sending the cosmetologists back.
Because it's somehow easier to teach them how not to fuck up time.
And so we've given them time-enabled, lipo needles, it's going to spread the fat throughout the time stream. The problem was that we sent it all to one place.
Yeah.
And it's just going to redistribute it throughout the time stream so that it can't build up and cause a problem.
So, what if... And because this goes in very, very well with my theory of time travel.
Okay.
It was always bound to happen, and it was sort of, that
fat pocket has always been there.
That fat pocket has always been there.
In fact, they built the pyramids.
They're the ones who built the fucking pyramids.
Oh, the cosmetologist, the
I'm thinking the fat is actually sentient.
Oh, the fat has gained sentience. Okay. Yeah. And built the pyramids.
And commanded people to build the pyramids, basically.
Okay, so are we going to have ethical issues then when these chronocosmetologists go back and try to kill this thing, basically?
Well, they're not trying to kill them. They're trying to spread them through time.
Okay, so it stays sentient, but it becomes a cross-time being.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like the fact that you realized where I was going with, our sentient fat and building the pyramids, because
it just made sense. Isn't that around that time period? I don't know. I don't know my history as such.
But it makes sense.
Makes sense.
And people don't know how they're actually made.
Is this maybe a game where you play multiple characters? Like you play this scientist, and maybe that's just in the intro, right? And you bring it to this company.
It's like Call of Duty, where you play lots of different people in all these vignettes.
Oh, yeah. And then you play like someone in the company who,
has to deliver the mail to the CEO.
Well, no, you think initially they're going to be a whistle
opening the mail and
switching views constantly. No, I was going to say that they think, am I going to have to whistle blow this?
Then you play his secretary typing out the letter that you just dictated.
Just becomes a typing game for a moment. Just for that one scene.
Her name is Mavis Beacon.
And that's where that began. Where they came up with the name for the fictional character. But then I was going to say that you play one of the chronocosmetologists, as I'm just now enjoying saying the word. And then it's like first person sucker, basically.
Yeah. It becomes almost like a power wash simulator.
Lipo suck simulator.
Or that what's that other cleaning game that you've got to clean all the
viscera cleanup detail. Yeah.
I was like, you have to clean up all the viscera, and I'm like, viscera cleanup detail.
Yeah. What's that one? You have to clean up all the viscera and be really detailed about it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, click.
Yeah.
Insufficient pant. And I'm just gonna add an S on the insufficient pants, because that's more funny.
I think you can say the singular of pants is a pant, so we can go pronounced flexibility.
It's pronounced
It's pronounced flexible. No, I think pronounced as in just like very particularly flexible that has caused their pant to be insufficient and torn. So this,
well, I'm just wondering, is it half a pant, or half a pair of pants? So it's a pant is one leg. Is it right or left? Can it house a wallet or a phone?
Oh, I see. I mean, it depends if that's what it's. Maybe that's why it's insufficient. Maybe this is about women's pants that don't have pockets.
Yeah,
and so they're insufficient.
I do like the idea of the singular pant. So it's not a pair of pants. Are you saying that they're only wearing a singular pant, or only one side of the pants is insufficient in some way? I think it's they've only got one side of pant, and then it's held up by like a belt.
By a belt.
Yeah.
So it's this new fashion sort of thing, where you just wear one pant.
Yes.
Okay, and so what's insufficient about it? The fact that it's only one pant, the other leg is cold.
I don't know. It's very flexible. You can be very flexible with it because it doesn't stop you from moving at all. Like it's very freeing.
I guess it would be very, very freeing, very flexible. Are there particular?
It's really bad if someone goes commando, because you can see from the side that doesn't have the pant.
Is this one of these situations where it's like one of those costumes where it's two costumes split down the middle, and so on one side is the pant, on the other side is like a skirt or a short or a skirt.
But the pant side, like it doesn't cover enough. It's insufficient.
Yeah, because when making it, for some reason they didn't sort of do any sort of inseam at all, so it is just open there.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this maybe at a costume party then?
It's pant and it stops right at the crotch. Like it doesn't go all the way up. Like you can kind of belt it around your leg.
It doesn't have the waist part of the pants or the hips. It's just got the leg part of the pant.
So it's insufficient. Yeah. It doesn't cover enough.
It doesn't go all the way up. So is this maybe like you're at a costume party and you're having to constantly kind of fix your costume by stealing,
by pulling up your pant? Yes.
Well, or by stealing other people's costume bits.
Yeah.
In some way, and either negotiating with them for, hey, I need that headband because, I can wrap that around the top of my pant.
Oh, see, I think you're really onto something here, but the idea that we've kind of got there, we've joked about the pant enough. I think now I'd like the idea of just even a costume that is falling apart, that you're continually having to sticky tape bits to it and all this sort of stuff.
Either that, or you came and didn't realize it was a costume party, and to save face, you have to construct a costume from little bits of everyone else's costume, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got to be flexible because, you get what you get.
Yeah, you got to be flexible with your, I was going to say ingredients, but your materials as such. And yes, it is sort of falling apart off you.
And just the idea of you can upgrade certain parts, but the more that you tape things together, to get it to somewhat fit, the more, if you go, oh, I do like this vest that I've got, but now if I replace it with this jumper instead, I look more like, a guy enjoying a Christmas party or something like that.
This could almost be a multiplayer, couch multiplayer sort of game where you're all competing to get pieces of costumes from the NPCs, and then at the end you have to you end up presenting what you've put together and justifying what you're dressed as, or the other people, maybe in a Jackbox way, they have to guess what you're dressed as, and if they get it right, then you get points or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can see how that works, and I think what's good about this is that it then becomes more flexible from a gameplay perspective, that it's like, okay, this was randomly people that,
Oh yeah,
these random people are actually in it, and you've kind of you're able to talk to these 30 different people, and that person doesn't actually need the hat. Their costume still makes sense without the hat, so you can borrow the hat off them. Their eye patch, they still look like pirates.
I think maybe you've got a few. I think you can steal bits.
Yep.
You've got some stealth things or like a little mini game. You've got money. You can literally just pay them to do it, and maybe you can or trade costume parts or something if they decide they want something. Or yes, you can negotiate with them and just do them a favor. Maybe you do a little fetch quest. Maybe they don't need you talk them out of needing the eye patch.
Yeah.
And then, your Cruella de Vil costume comes together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm literally imagining that someone goes to pick up their drink and they knock it over, and it's like, well, see, if you didn't have the eye patch on, you would have had
your depth perception.
And you wouldn't have knocked over your drink.
That's it.
And fucked up Steve's record player.
Yeah, and now Steve's pissed.
Because it's his house, and he didn't want to do the party in the first place.
Yeah, and so you can get some of his costume now by going and talking to him and saying, well, you don't
he's hiding in his parents' bedroom.
Yeah, but you talk to him through the door.
He can't go into his bedroom because, Sarah and Dennis are in there.
Yeah, but they've thrown some of their costume pieces off. So if you're stealthy enough, you can get in there and get them without being seen.
And look, Stella doesn't like the fact that her ex-boyfriend Dennis is hooking up with her sister. So
yeah. So her her slutty Edward Scissorhands costume is going to waste.
Yeah.
She just wants to be Edward Scissorhands now, so she gives you all the slutty bits.
Yeah. And look, sure, Sarah probably shouldn't have come as, a slutty bush, but still a slutty topiary.
Okay, that's a bit more specific. And then, of course, at the end, everyone presents you have a little costume contest.
Yeah.
Everyone votes on their phones, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think you can be, again, flexible, creative about where you've used the different costume bits. You can maybe recolor them in some ways. So, you can grab the garbage can lid and paint it to look like Captain America's shield. Yes. And then people will, guess that. Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the sky's the limit because we don't have to make this.
Yeah, and in fact, we don't even have to talk about it anymore.
Lots of storylets. 3, 2, and click.
Storylets in the Nemesis system. We'll just throw them in there.
Yeah. Engaging
retirement.
Acid parody.
Oh, okay. This is stupid, but
good. I love stupid.
It's an old couple at a retirement home.
Yep.
And the guy wants to propose to someone else in the retirement facility, and so he does a parody of Batman with the part with the Joker falling into the acid because they're both Batman fans, and that kicks off the beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have to follow.
Now, is this real acid? Or is it fake acid a la your Rick and Morty episode where the guy thinks that he's now acid proof and he...
Yeah. Well, this was the thing. It was supposed to be fake acid, but then the kitchen switched it out for the real acid they were going to use for, the Christmas lunch, the special Christmas lunch that required acid.
The orderly didn't realize that they didn't mean LSD.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just dropped into a vat of LSD. Like, there's a fuckload. Like, the orderly got way too over anxious over how much LSD was actually required.
It was.
I mean, because it's a whole vat.
It's a vat. It's like
and
we
you
have
only need a drop on a piece of tissue paper or whatever.
And so when old Gregory does the whole bit, Janet's loving it. She's like, he gives her a Batman cowl because Gregory's playing the Joker.
Yeah. He comes up smiling.
He's going to pop out of his idea is he's going to pop out of the acid. He's going to have the ring. It's going to be amazing. They're both huge Batman fans. he falls into the actual LSD. This is his real life villain origin story.
Yes.
Or hero origin story, maybe. We could go that way.
Well, we could go that way. But it's more fun if, this turns into a Batman Arkham Joker VR game.
Okay. VR. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So Gregory falls into the vat of LSD, comes out, sees Janet in the Batman costume, or at least the cowl, thinks he is the Joker.
Yeah.
For real, because his brain's now completely fried. And then it from there becomes you're acting out, you are the Joker.
Yeah.
And it's his perspective, and so he's seeing this retirement home as Arkham Asylum.
But at first, it's whatever that chemical place is, Acme Chemicals or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'll let you Tim Burton, because I mean, we just rip all the audio straight out of Tim Burton's, but.
Tim Burton's we're already putting this on up on Dark Steam anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, we won't get copyright hits for that.
Of course not. No, and okay, so VR Joker. Let's shove a nemesis system in here. But you are actually in control of it.
Oh, you're at the top of the nemesis tree.
Yeah.
And you send out your villains, and it's all your classic Batman villains. Croc Man, the Scarecrow guy with a sack on his head, fucking
the Puzzle
Mr.
Man,
Freeze,
the Puzzle Man with the question marks and stuff. Yep,
Puzzle Guy. That's right.
Cold Dude, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Bitey Plant Lady.
Yep. The
what's that
the
girl?
guy with the green poison all through his system that broke Batman's bat. That guy.
Oh yeah.
Blackbird.
What? I'm not getting that one. Oh, you just made one up.
Or Tomcat Lady, Alley Cat.
Alley Cat Woman. Anyway, yeah. So all of them. What's that? Mannequin.
Max Zorin.
Mannequin. Something like that. It's a play on words. I know it's one of them.
And some guy who's obsessed with calendars, because that's a villain for some reason.
That's a real one. Yeah. Okay, and then so it plays out like a proper Batman game, essentially. But you then will get these glimpses. You find you find your way to the Batcave, and you see all of the cameras. But on the cameras, it's showing the real vision from the retirement home.
Yeah.
And you can play back, the scenes that you've played through, and it's attacking orderlies.
I'm just imagining like all the Batman villains are actually just orderlies. And they're at the top of your group, and then you're sending out other residents to fight
other
Janice.
residents. Yeah,
Batman.
Yeah, but they're oddly resistant until you, give them the special Joker juice, which is more
LSD. Yeah,
yeah. It just becomes this whole crisis at this retirement home because all of the residents are high as fuck on LSD and just tripping balls.
And the problem is Derek, who organised it all, Derek the orderly.
Yeah.
He's gone away for like
Christmas break.
Yeah.
Not to be contacted.
He's not back for 2 weeks, and so then this happened on day one. There's not even Christmas yet. Like,
no. I think it culminates on Christmas. Well, that's great. I love it.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
It's a bit of a different take, on the Batman franchise. I don't think it's been done before.
Arkham Joker.
I don't think. Maybe.
Batman Arkham Joker.
Sunny Fields Arkham Asylum.
Okay.
Unsound inhibition.
Calm detection.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this is a stealth game, but when you get sort of caught, there's no real alarms going off. Like, they just calmly come over and they go, "So, are you supposed to be?"
This is the first take. This is the first time Gregory. This is the first time Gregory got a bit high.
I'm imagining it's like you're treating it as if, you're Sam Fisher sneaking into this place, and they just come over and calmly go, "Sir, we can see you hiding behind that plant. Can you please leave?" You're kind of annoying it. You just have to leave and you have to find another way in.
You just have to keep finding stealthy ways in until you actually are stealthy enough.
But every time they're just like,
oh my God, this guy again. He's just trying to sneak into the breakfast buffet.
Just, sir.
He could just pay the $15. It's not that expensive.
Breakfast finishes in 5 minutes. Can you just leave?
One hash brown.
So you haven't paid. Just please kindly leave. Or we'll be forced to call the cops. Which of course we won't do, sir. But still, please leave. Okay.
So is this a
Come
bit
back
of
in a mustache? It's just...
I like this being sort of that you've got these different techniques you can use, and it's about being the most inventive with them. So, like, if you reuse things, then you're not going to get as many points. It's almost a combo system, a bit of a Tony Hawkish thing almost. It's like, I moved from, like the solid state snake-style cardboard box across the floor, did a roll behind the plant, lifted up the plant while making Pink Panther sounds across the floor, switched into a Groucho Marx disguise that they totally saw through, and then they came over and broke my combo. And you have to go back to the start. It's like, well, okay, I can't use that combo again, or
that was a good run.
Get as many points.
That was a good run, though.
Yeah, and I unlocked.
I did get a piece of bacon.
A Zorro mask and got a piece of bacon. And so it's mostly about the cosmetics and the different things you can use, and you unlock. It's like a bit of a roguelike kind of thing, but it's a real quick thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's full on vision cones, like sound.
When you said vision cones, I think I've been playing too much Fortnite and watching too many videos on building, because I wanted to try and learn a little bit more about that. And one of the things is people peek through cones in Fortnite build mode. Like you put a cone on top and then you put it in edit mode so you can see out.
So you can see out. I see. No, I'm talking the classic.
The classic vision cones.
Classic cones
coming out of their eyes. Thing is, vision cones that start up there, you know where there's a good blind spot? Right at their feet.
Yeah. So if you can get the movement exactly right so they don't trip over you, then yes, that's a very good way to get in.
And we have to be very careful, because we are entering Police Academy horribleness from a lot of 80s horribleness with, being near a podium and being under a podium.
Oh,
and those things that happen a lot in the 80s, you know what happens there. Sexual assault.
That's true. Yes, so we're not going to go down there, but you can hide inside the host's podium, where they enter people in. But if someone...
an achievement pops and goes, you're not going to do what... we've
no good
disabled
here. I don't know who did it. I don't remember. I don't think I've watched them.
It's been a while, but yes, there's a lot of weird things that happened in the 80s. 3, 2, 1 click.
Yeah,
I think this will be our last one. Licensed breeding.
Breeding. Okay. Motive accountant.
Ooh. Okay. Good accountant stock.
Yeah, breeding accountants.
Breeding accountants. That's... there's something about that.
Okay, is this one of those kind of merging games or like breeding games where you're like... You take the good accountants, breed them, get your next generation.
Yeah.
They've all got stats for, adding, subtracting... tax law.
Ooh, I'm like the idea of sort of taking a Mr. Sun's hat boxer thing here of each accountant has things that they're good at and things that they're and really things bad at
that they mess up with. Yeah. So it's like anytime the number 7 is involved, Kevin just can't handle it.
Yeah.
He just but gets it wrong.
But if there's no sevens, and we're only talking about sevens in the digits place. If it's
it's the end of the 7. If it's 70, it's fine.
If it's in the tens or the hundreds or anything anywhere else, it's fine. It's just in the digits column.
It could be 7,770 and he's okay. But if it's 7,777, no. Can't comprehend it. Fucking Kevin. I can't believe I got him to do my taxes last year.
He's just got a blindness for sevens in the digits column. However,
it happens.
Dennis, because of his liaison with, Stella and Sarah, he's really, really good at all the digits. Just
it's what you want in an accountant, really. Good at all the digits.
What you want in an accountant. But if he sees a calculator, he gets nervous.
No, he gets nervous because he was going back to his accounting classes. Where they, of course, allow calculators.
You don't give him a calculator. He can do it all on his fingers.
Yeah.
Loves
they
digits.
call him Mr. Abacus.
Yeah.
Okay. And so like Mr. Suntax Hatbox, are these accountants going through some sort of levels, trials, where they get the opportunity to lose these hindrances? Yeah. Is it...
You send them through the accounting trials. And the whole game is the accounting trials.
Yeah.
And they include a lot of platforming, but also a lot of addition.
Right.
And fights to the death.
Like you have to, to kill.
Like the standard accounting training that they all go through in the real world, where there's fights to the death. That happens in this as well. Right.
Okay. We're just reflecting reality.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We're not making shit up here. No. We're not here to fuck spiders.
Yeah.
We're here to fuck accountants.
Fuck them up. Sometimes fuck them.
Sorry. I mean,
that's part of it. That's the after party.
Yeah.
You know how accountants get.
And of course, how else are we going to bring love accountancy? Because they've been bred to do that. And the whole idea is that when you get someone to the very top and you get them through the trial, they then get put out. They get awarded as CPA. They become licensed, and then they and then they get to go out and scam people. Money for that because you've trained them up.
Yeah, you've got your roster then of your licensed accountants. You're taking a little bit off the top. They're part of your
flock
under your umbrella. Yeah. And then that can obviously bring in income too.
And of course, once they have done a lot of stuff, they go out to pasture and you put them to stud. And
I was about to say exactly. You bring them back in to breed out the next generation. You got to use that useful genetic material.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't see anything wrong with this game at all. I mean, it's just it's taking just what we know about accountants and reality.
And putting it into game form.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, it's the first time that we've actually done a real, simulator game.
I think it'll go down well with that hardcore sim crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not asking you to do anything that, an accountant wouldn't already do.
That's it. And look, we'll go back.
Just more.
Well, as DLC, we can bring in, historical accountants who... bred. You can bring them in as your stud to breed your own generations then from particularly famous accountants. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that we'll end it there. If you would like to find our previous episodes online, you can go to podchaser.com/bitstorm. They're all up there. You can leave us a review and let us know what you thought, and that would be great.
If you like the song that we play at the start and end of each episode, that song is called Mount Defiance off of the album Containment Failure by the band Kuradust. You can go find it for free, probably till the end of Jan, I believe. There's a special going on kuradust.bandcamp.com where you can get it all for free, so go check it out. You can get it and all the other songs for free till the end of Jan. Just use the promo code kuradust.bandcamp.com.
That's right. So thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
Do you want to know how I got these dentures?